fogging up my glasses. G'day everybody, how you going today? It is so good to see you. I do hope that you are super well. Today I want to talk about rumours, very plausible sounding Nikon rumours around lenses and a new F to Z adapter. I want to talk about shortages, and I want to talk about why those shortages might be somewhat of an impetus to get this new F to Z adapter out. This problem, it's not just affecting the camera industry and all manufacturers, with a recent apology from Fuji about their brand new camera already delayed. This came out about 4 days after it came out. Not just camera manufacturers, car manufacturers, game console manufacturers. I've been trying to get a PS5 for almost a year. I go to the local store and the guy just laughs at me and says, haha, 2023, who knows? Nobody knows. All right, let's talk about it. Well, as you may be aware, there are shortages with everybody. Some might make you believe that this is a Nikon-only problem, but that is not true. Fuji's having problems, Sony's having problems, Canon's having problems. Everybody is having problems getting their chips, the things they need. And if you talk to someone like Elon Musk, he's thinking about making his own foundry. But even the guy who does the craziest estimates around time in the world has said, at best, we might be able to build one in 18 months. And that doesn't help us. So indeed, the world continues to consume chips at an alarming rate. And not only are we using them more and more and embedding them all over the place. I've just read this morning that Facebook are releasing some smart glasses which have got a video camera in them. You can make phone calls on them, you can play music on them. Well, now our glasses, our sunglasses have computer chips in them. They are everywhere. So there is increased demand. There's also increased demand because more people are locked away at home over the last year or two. There's also more constraint on supply. COVID has slowed things down, as well as there being the odd fire and a few other bits and pieces, which has created the perfect storm of chip shortages. Now, how does that feed us into a new F to Z adapter? Here's my theory on why this rumor might be true. Nikon and everyone else, they have an issue. They can't get their gear out, the gear that they've planned, the gear that they've probably largely made, the gear that's fully designed, the gear that's on their roadmaps. They can't get it out because they can't get the chips to do it. Nikon has talked about this multiple times in their annual reports and even in their 2021 report, which is just recently published, only in Japanese at the moment. Again, talk about supply issues and trying to shore that up. This is an ongoing problem. Now, if you're Nikon and a lens is quite complicated, but something like an F to Z adapter, which they're already making in the thousands and thousands, and all you have to do is add the ScrewDrive AF focusing system to that F to Z adapter, and then it suddenly allows for millions and millions of lenses to be used natively and to their full capacity on the Z mount. Well, not only would there be thousands of people rejoicing about that, the people that write in my comments, they've got large collections of this glass and they would love to be able to use it to the full extent. But not only that, it does then allow Nikon to say that natively you can use this huge range of glass. Now, I have advocated in the past that I think the current F to Z adapter is fantastic, and there's something around 100 native lenses. When I say native, I mean lenses that will work naturally on that adapter and give you 100% support. But why not increase that number? Why not increase that number when you're struggling to get your gear out, just like everybody else is in the world? So, for those that have no idea what I'm talking about because you've been in Nikon, say, 5 years or 10 years, a camera like the D4, magnificent camera. There it is, still going hard, almost 10 years after I bought it. And this lens here, this lens is an ancient lens. I can't remember when I got it. I think I got it with my F5. Is it that old? Someone tell me. This is the 24 to 123.5 5.6D lens, but it focuses with this little screw system. There's a little screw system in here that spins, it actually spins like a screwdriver, and that is how the autofocus is driven. Now, almost every Nikon DSLR, there's a few that don't, but almost every Nikon DSLR have this little screw thing here. Don't know if you can see that. And that is how autofocus is achieved. It's not done electronically, it's done mechanically, like a clock. Cogs, can you believe it? So modern lenses, they have the focusing motors in the lens. These lenses, the actual motor is in the camera. Now, Nikon made a decision not to include that in their mirrorless cameras, and that's completely fine. The world has been on the trajectory of in-lens focus motors 20 plus years. But there is over 100 million Nikon lenses made to this point. I don't know how many of those fit this category, are screw-driven, but it might be somewhere between, I would guess, 30 and 50% of them. So that's a lot of lenses that would benefit, would get 100% usage from this new updated F to Z adapter. So there you have it. We have a chip shortage. We have manufacturers not being able to get product out the door as fast as they want. And in this particular case, Nikon have their flagship Z9 camera just around the corner. Here we are now in September, and we would certainly expect some noise starting to happen October, November at the latest. And if they can't ship all the lenses they want to ship, then they can lean very hard on their massive back catalogue of extraordinary lenses. Is the rumour true? I know it would make a great number of you out there extraordinarily happy. And I would love for you to fill out the poll. There's a link below the video here about the F to Z adapter and whether you would like an F to Z adapter with the screw focusing system built in. So please jump on that poll, let me know whether you need it or not. Next rumour. Now that we've gone through that, the next rumour, again, this sounds like an extraordinarily credible rumour because it's the 40mm 2.0. Now this lens was development announced in the first half of this year, along with the 28mm, which we have seen in the wild, in the flesh. I've actually used it, lovely little lens. But then suddenly everything went quiet on it. Now we know that the ZFC has been a magnificent hit, and Nikkei in Japan recently reported that it is the third best selling camera at the moment for Japan, for Nikon in Japan, and they are naming it Nikon's biggest hit in a long time. So that's fantastic news. So Nikon's probably been quite busy pumping those out, along with having to get the Z9 out and other bits and pieces, which I'm sure are going to randomly drop out of nowhere because most of the time Nikon are super quiet before they launch anything. But the rumor is we are going to have the 40mm pancake, or let's call it muffin lens, or whatever you want to call it. It's not exactly a pancake, but it would be great to see it coming out perhaps as soon as next week. So how good is that? Let's keep our eye on that one, and hopefully it's coming soon. I'll pop up another poll below in regards to the 40mm, and please let me know, is the 40mm lens something that you would like to get? Link below, yes or no. I'd like to end this video in talking about the Z9. It is now tantalizingly close. We've got the release of the R3 literally around the corner. There'll be a lot of noise around this all but flagship Canon camera, rightly so. And then hopefully within a week or two, maybe 3 at the most, we will start to get some real genuine Z9 noise. There is a lot of people out there in the world, and I talk to you in my comments. You're ready, you're keen, and you need to know what the Z9 is going to do, and you need to know what technology from the Z9 is going to trickle down to perhaps your Z6 II, your Z7 II, and so on. And here's the thing, Nikon, we would all love you to give us the AF firmware upgrades, the 2.xx's, which we would be expecting to come pretty soon on the tails of the Z9. A lot of people out there excited about that. Personally, as you know, high-speed focus tracking is not a big part of my use case, so I don't make this statement personally. I make this statement for a broader audience, for those who are specifically requiring those particular autofocus systems. Beyond that, the Nikon Z system continues to be extraordinary. I'm having a great deal of fun playing with the APS-C, the Z50, and the full frame versions, along with the third-party Viltrox lenses that are starting to come through, along with popping some E-mount lenses on with the E to Z adapter. This system's fun. This system can be applied in lots of different directions. It's being fleshed out super nicely now, and with these third-party, very affordable Viltrox options, or even being able to use older E-mount lenses, let alone all the plethora of adapters that are available now for all sorts of lenses, Canon lenses, as I've shown before, my Mamiya RB67 lenses. I believe even I can use my Hasselblad lenses. So I love where this system's going, and the narrative from my perspective needs to stay strong, that for the majority of people, by far, these cameras are already spectacular. And I completely understand for bird in flight people and those sort of wildlife situations and perhaps some other areas, absolutely, you want to have that bird AF. I get that. But please spare a thought for the rest of us where these cameras are meeting and exceeding our needs. For example, I am shooting today on the 50mm 1.2 at 1.2. And just look at how good this looks. And it's just easy. You plug it in, you turn it on, you hit record, and it's this good. The Z system, it's an amazing system. I really look forward to what 2022 has in store for us, because I do think we will start to see next level. Whatever's in the Z9 will start to trickle down. Is there a Z8? Who knows? Is there a Z90 or 70 that's going to replace the D500? Who knows? What will the version 2 firmware have in store for us for the Z6 II and the Z7 II? Who knows? But I've just got a feeling in my waters that there's some good things. We're bristling and it's on the edge. So everybody hang tight. It's going to be good. Thank you for being here today and having a bit of a speculation with me about these rumors. Like I said, they both sound pretty plausible to me. Let's hope the F to Z adapter with the screw-driven AF is a real thing. The 40mm is a real thing. It's just a matter of when. Please let me know in the comments below what you're thinking about all these things. Please vote in the 2 polls. So good to see you. If this is your first time here, I'd love to see you again, so please do subscribe. Don't forget that you can get a cap or a t-shirt or a mug. Jump to our online store, link below. Jump online and grab a print. So good to see you. Bye for now.